I welcome all the delegates for this today's afternoon session. That is the international webinar. Actually, we had a 5-day session last week. Daily about 2 sessions we had it at FDP for the faculty development program. Actually, we are fixed to the blackboard teaching. Of course, now we have to learn the new things in the world to cope up with the present generation. That's why I requested one of the young person, Mr. Ash Ayagari from Paris, to deliver this session so that it is useful for all the students and faculty also. What are the present AI tools and other advances in this teaching methodology? He has done some work on this one, and I request my faculty. And before that, about the college, Malla Pharmacy started in 2004 with the approvals of the government of Telangana, and college is approved by the Pharmacy Council of India, and college is approved by the Usmania University. And college is offering the courses like B Pharmacy with 100 intake, Pharm D with the 30 intake, and Pharm D post baccalaureate with the 10 intake, and 3 specializations in M Pharmacy, pharmaceutics, pharma analysis, and pharmacology. And college is about 20 years old, and we are good in the accreditation by the NBA and UGC2F and all other approvals. Now, I request our faculty to proceed further.
A warm good afternoon to everyone. I, Dr. C. Parthiban from Malla Reddy College of Pharmacy. Today it's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker, Mr. Yas Ayagari, a founder, CEO of Now Collab, which is a collaborative innovation platform based in Paris, France. Sir has a global MBA from EDHEC Business School, which is one of the top universities in France. Sir has a decade of experience driving revenue growth, transforming brand strategies, and leading digital innovation. Proven success in omni-channel marketing, product positioning, delivering impactful, measurable results. Sir started his career as a BTL marketing manager in June 2014 for Scoop Brand Holdings in New Delhi. In 2019, Sar worked as a marketing strategy manager for Mindsburg Consultancy in Dubai, UAE. So where he delivered 3 times footfalls and 100% sales growth by executing brand repositioning and high impact campaigns. In 2020, he became a project lead product marketing consultant in Tail Alinea Space, Cannes, France. In 2021, he became a head of strategy and special project in Brut Media, Paris, France. And Sir started Now Collab in March 2024. His journey from marketing manager in 2014 and to become a CEO in Now Collab in 2024 is a testament of his dedication and a great source of inspiration for all of us. Today, he will be delivering a session on AI for Pharma Educator, harnessing free tools for engaging effective teaching. Now, I invite Mr. Yas Ayagari to deliver the lecture. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Hello, everyone. Glad to be here. Thank you so much to start with. Thank you so much to the principal, sir, and to Pratibhan, sir, for the kind introduction. It is my pleasure to be here and to talk to all of you and to share my insights and inputs and my learnings with all of you to improve what we can see our processes with AI. A quick introduction about myself, like Pratibhan sir was mentioning. I have grown from a marketing manager to a CEO of a company. Throughout this process, I've completed multiple degrees, masters, and also have led digital transformation and growth across multiple enterprises and industries. Today, what we want to do is we want to discuss how we can transform teaching with some free AI tools, not just for faculty and students or only for teaching, but for your own other processes for learning and for many other things in your daily life. We can discuss, we can see everything that we can possibly do and how we can enhance our experience easily while using AI tools. Please feel free to share your comments in the chat for the people who are watching live. I am tracking the live chat, so please feel free to ask any questions. I will either answer them if I have the answer to you immediately, or I will take a note of it and get back to you later. So, what are we going to discuss today? Today, we are going to look at a practical guide for enhancing education, enhancing learning, and enhancing productivity through artificial intelligence. A quick introduction as I have given about myself. I would love to connect with everyone who is watching this on LinkedIn. This is my profile on LinkedIn. You can search for Yash Ayagari on LinkedIn and you can connect with me there. And you can always feel free to ping me. You can always feel free to ask any questions or any doubts or any suggestions, inputs, etc. I will be very happy to respond to you, and I will be very happy to share my thoughts, understand your situation, and try to help out and bring the best for everyone possible. So, starting off today, why free AI and why now? Why are we discussing about this now? Why are we discussing about this now? That's a very good question because today there is instant access to all the different tools, multiple different tools without any installation, without any licenses. Simply open your browser and you can begin the work. You don't need to learn any technology. You don't need to learn anything specific, anything different, any new softwares or any new coding or anything else. You can just simply go to an existing site and make the most out of it using artificial intelligence. Now, what will we get out of this? We will get an engagement uplift. We want to transform our static lectures into dynamic dialogues and captivate students. What we want to do is we want to not just have a one-sided conversation, one-sided lecture with students, but we want to have them more involved. We want to build interest for students and ensure that they have strong fundamentals, they have strong understanding of concepts rather than just by hearting or by hearting the definition or by hearting an answer or figuring out a answer a to answer a, etc. So we want them to think deeper, we want them to think critically, logically, ask more questions, and bring the best not just out of students but also out of the faculty. Once we have this conversation, once we have a double sided conversation with the students, we will enhance not just their thinking but our own capabilities, our own understanding, our own output, and our own progress in life. So I want to ask a quick question to everyone in the chat. Who has experimented with ChatGPT or Perplexity or any other AI tool in the last 1 week? Please feel free to answer in the chat. I will wait for your answers. You can share your answer in the chat in the comments, please. AI is no longer a luxury. That's great. Uh, yeah, ChatGPT. Someone has already said ChatGPT. Neon ChatGPT, Perplexity, Cloud Gemini. Very good. AI is no longer a luxury. It's a free, ready-to-use teaching assistant. If you look at it right now, that's great that people are using ChatGPT. A lot of people are saying ChatGPT. Yes, that's very interesting. That's a good start. Now, going into what ChatGPT can do for you as a faculty, right? ChatGPT can be your conversational teaching assistant. What is a conversational teaching assistant? Of course, you can ask ChatGPT questions. ChatGPT will answer to you, etc. But what more can you do? You can draft mini lectures through ChatGPT. For example, explain the 4 phases of clinical trials in bullet points for second year pharmacy students. That's it. You can draft. It'll draft a mini lecture for you. Simulate dialogue. Create a realistic patient counseling scenario for students with practice to practice with. So this is another type of conversational teaching you can build. Brainstorm ideas. You can brainstorm ideas with ChatGPT as well, where you generate research topics, project suggestions, and case study frameworks. There are so many things you can do with ChatGPT today to improve your teaching process. You can make the teaching experience more conversational, more than just one sided. Like we started the conversation with, we want more engagement from the students, more conversation between students and the professor, and not just one sided lectures where people are just listening and capturing. The more they are involved, the more people are involved, the more they understand, or else it becomes passive hearing, passive listening, which is not very optimal for us. So once again, what we can do with ChatGPT, we can draft mini lectures, we can simulate dialogues, we can brainstorm ideas. How many of you have actually used ChatGPT for this specific cases? Like how many of you drafted mini lectures, simulated dialogues, or brainstormed ideas? Of course, we all have asked questions to ChatGPT, but did any of you integrate this into your teaching? So always specify audience level. That's a quick tip. As you can see, always specify the audience level for second year pharmacy students example, and format it. 5 bullet points, one real world example. Yes. Uh, Ketaki, Sloka, and Veda vlogs say yes for lesson plans. Yes, that's great. For lesson plans, yes, you have used. Yes, you have used to break things down. I would request you all to start trying out. Yes, for quizzes, that is great. Start trying out for mini lectures. Start trying out to simulate dialogues. Create these realistic patient counseling scenarios, or create another realistic scenario through ChatGPT where there's a dialogue between students regarding a topic rather than a one sided lecture. Simulate this, turn your lecture itself into a dialogue. So you can ask some questions. Based on the responses, you can then impart your teachings and more. And of course, we all brainstorm ideas. So I hope everyone is okay till here. Any questions, please feel free to ask me in the chat. At any point, I will try to answer you. So again, ChatGPT, we want to use ChatGPT as a conversational teaching assistant. Again, not just to create a one-sided, the lesson plan or quizzes. Of course, is very interactive. Lesson plans is very helpful. I would encourage everyone to start simulating dialogues, start simulating conversations. Of course, with our traditional teaching methods, are very strong and robust, and we do want to keep using them, but we also want to integrate conversations. We also want someone in the last bench to also engage with us. So there are only a few ways we can do that: by grabbing their interest, by asking them the right questions, and moving together with them in a more practical scenario. Moving on, Perplexity AI. So Perplexity AI is basically used for research backed answers. It is incredible for research. If you look at it, what it does, it delivers fact grounded answers with citations you can trust. It is excellent for research and summaries. Has anyone used Perplexity till now? Please share it in the chat if you have used Perplexity. If not, I can talk to you more about it. Yes, great. How can Perplexity help us? Perplexity can generate instant literature overviews. It can create patient case vignettes with source links. It can also develop MCQs with evidence pointers. So, if you use ChatGPT, it is more of a conversational assistant. You have more conversations with it. You can ask it to develop plans, etc. But for research purposes, for sources, for more concrete evidence based answers, because we are in the pharmaceutical sector, we need more evidence, we need more sources, we need backing for our research, backing for everything that we speak about. So Perplexity is a great tool for that. If we want to do a quick example, I can I can do a quick example. Maybe I can present my screen. Yes, for research citations, Perplexity is fantastic. Now let's do a quick test. Let's see what we can do. Let's say let's come up with a topic. Anyone here has any topic that they want to look into? Anyone has any suggestions? Industrial pharmacy. Okay. I would just request the moderator to change the screen to my Perplexity, please. My screen that I'm sharing. We will come back to the slides again, but I just want to go through Perplexity with everyone and show the use case. So I'm sharing
Excellent.
my screens. Yes.
Sure.
Thank you for your patience, everyone. Just one moment. We just want to fix this. Tailor-made medicines case study, industrial pharmacy. Okay. Yes. Now, if you can see, what we have on screen is Perplexity. Perplexity is again an AI tool which helps you with your research. Please let me know when we are ready and I can go ahead showing you Perplexity. Yes, perfect. So now we have suggestions for industrial pharmacy. Okay, let's do a research for industrial pharmacy for third year pharma Bachelor of Pharmacy students and for industry experts. What can be the best takeaways? Summarize and also give a detailed research output with sources. Once we do this, what we want to do is we can deep research on any subject. We can search. Let's say we just search it for now. So it will analyze all the different sources. It is analyzing completely everything that there is right now. Industrial Pharmacy Research Insights for Third Year BPharm Students and Industry Experts 2025. So as you can see, what are the key takeaways? Core third year industrial pharmacy topics, sample research topics for undergraduates, must have skills for skills for future pharmacists, top essential skills, key insights for industry experts, industrial pharmacy curriculum snapshot for 2025, and finally the summary. Now, along with this, what is the advantage we have using Perplexity? Every answer that we get from Perplexity has a source. With AI, what we need to remember is we have to keep this one thing in mind, that it is very important to look at the sources for every answer. Google, we are used to Google before, where you could click on each source and then figure out you want to go ahead with it or you want to look at a different, better source or not. But with Perplexity, you get all the answers based on all the sources in the internet. You see, for every answer, there's the citations that are mentioned 1, 2, 3. You would have to do manual research, look through the internet, look through a lot of different papers, look through a lot of different sites, click on multiple links, and then you can build a research. But with Perplexity, you just have everything in one place. Every answer has a citation and source from where is this coming. And if you want a lot of material that you want to read and come up with your own, uh, you know, your own research or your own, paper, you can just click on sources here. Once you click on sources, you will see all the different sources that are available, that this output has been taken from. Like you see all the different sources. You have 38 different sources, and we have these 38 different sources for Purdue Pharma 2025 research, Purdue College of Pharmacy, which is a very big college in the United States, Pharmacy Council of India, pharma training programs. It takes all the global, Reading AC UK, University of Reading. Yes, it is free. And also, if you have, I think they have an offer with Airtel. I think we are not promoting Airtel at all, but if you have Airtel, you get Perplexity Pro also free for 1 year or so. But yes, to a certain extent, this is free. This is a free tool. For deep research, I think we'll have to pay, but this is already a very good research as you look at it. This is already a lot of things here, for example, for industrial pharmacy, etc. Can you suggest any free tool for drawing figures? You can use Canva for drawing figures. You can use another tool called Draw for drawing figures also. So Perplexity, you see the advantages with Perplexity. There is a lot of different things. There are a lot of different sources. Everything you need in one place. You have your summary. You have all the answers for yourself, and you have all the sources. Do we have any questions with respect to Perplexity? Please feel free to ask in the chat. I would be happy to help. Any questions? Please feel free. Or if not, we will just move on to the next slide. Yes. So I would suggest you to start using it and testing it by yourself and trying out till what extent it is free, because there are free versions, and till a great extent it is free unless you want to do deep research. And of course there are a lot of different ways you can get this tool for cheaper or for free as well. Till what extent is it, where can a thorough training in all these tools should be trailer and error based. For Ketaki, yes, this is basically, there is no specific training needed for these tools. I will give you a few suggestions in the next few slides. I will give you a few frameworks and templates that you can use with respect to AI. And you use once you use those suggestions, once you use those frameworks and templates, then you will get better results. And the more you improve, the more you interact, the more the better your results are. The more input, the more context you give, etc. For scientific literature search or reports, which is good, Perplexity or Claude? So there are different features of different AIs. There is no best tool, but Perplexity for research is still one of the top. And Perplexity is created by an Indian guy who had studied at IIT Madras and then moved to the United States and then built such a big company. So in that way, of course, helping a fellow Indian founder would be great. So, and it is a very, very good tool. Perplexity is a direct competitor of Google, etc. How can educators verify the credibility of sources Perplexity provides in real time during the classroom use? That's a very good question. So for for the sources, you can just click on the sources button here and you can verify it yourself. That is the advantage with Perplexity compared to ChatGPT or any other tool. That Perplexity, any answer that it gives you, it will immediately give you the sources in the sources column. You can just click on sources and it will give you the source. You can then click on these links also. You can immediately click on these links and start using it. How to use this tool? Just visit perplexity.ai. See, we did a small test for industrial pharmacy. I need a research for diabetes management for B Farm students, third year students to be precise. This is another example, let's say. This is a more basic one. So let's see what is happening here. We went to Perplexity AI, we just shared our requirement. It is searching the entire web on sources. It is, you see here, reading sources. It is taking into consideration all these different sources before it even gives the output. So you are sure that, okay, you are getting a good output and you are getting a good response with respect to what is happening. You see, it has given a research overview for diabetes management for BTech, B Farm third year students. Now, along with this, like we previously discussed, just go to sources and you will get all the sources that it is taken input from. Everything from government sources to Jefferson to HC, there's many more, Science Direct. So for features and more features, everything else, it is how you use it, how you use the tool. We are here to discuss more about how we use these tools, what are the tools that exist, and how we use this rather than the features of these tools. As educators, it is our responsibility to give the right context and get the right input and take the valid sources for our students and for everyone we share information with. So this is very much designed for an academic environment. You see all the citations, all the inputs, all the everything that we get from it is very focused, very precise, and very source backed. American Journal of Pharmacy. You see, all these sources are existing here. So yes, so this is one advantage of Perplexity. Now we can quickly go back to our presentation. So you see suggested structure, everything is included here for diabetes management module, lectures, workshops, assessment, training. Everything you need will be there through Perplexity with citations, with sources. So if you want to make any changes, you as a lecturer, as a professor, you can read more on the topic. What is the latest news on the topic? What is the latest? Stay up to date on the topic for based on 2025, and never use outdated or predated sources, etc. Now we've gone back to the presentation. What we want to speak about now is more of a teaching kind of a scenarios rather than using these AIs. Since we understood how to use ChatGPT and Perplexity now, what do we want to do? A lot of you have already been doing this, maybe. For a lot of other people who have not been trying this, I would request you and encourage you to try these different ways to make teaching more engaging and more effective. What we want to do, we want to bring the digital transformation that is happening globally into our own colleges, our own spaces, our own classrooms, and make interactive quizzes. You can set up a QR code. Right now, one of the biggest concern to a lot of people is people looking at their phones when the class is going on. So how can we deal with this? If they're anyway going to look at the phones, make them engage with a quiz in the classroom. For students, obviously, this is, we don't want to look at the phone when there's someone who's putting an effort and teaching. Teaching is a very difficult job, and it is one of the top things for humanity as a whole. So you can, but for teachers, for faculty, what you want to do with the students to make it more engaging, more effective. Interactive quizzes, flashcard drills, auto create flashcards mid lecture. You can use the lecture summary, put it in one of the AI and ask it to create flashcards. Teach through flashcards and then immediately quiz students on the spot. Case study role plays. Like we spoke about ChatGPT, a conversational teaching assistant. We can use AI to develop fresh patient scenarios for authentic learning experience and reflective prompts. Ask students to critique AI answers, foster critical thinking in them. So today, a lot of behavior shows that whenever there's a response from ChatGPT, you just copy the response and paste it somewhere and then use it. Be it faculty, be it students, be it anyone. What we need to develop is we need to critique AI. We need to ask more questions to AI. We should not take AI as the final answer. The more questions you ask AI, the better your responses you will get as a person as well. So always remember, the answer that AI gives is not a final answer. The more you engage with it, the more questions you ask, the better answer it gives. So the same way you need to inculcate to the students also to critique answers more. Why is this? I think this is a correct answer. This is a wrong answer. You can always critique AI and ask. Then you understand more in terms of context. How reflective prompt works, can you please explain? Yes, I will a reflective prompt in the sense as an explanation, as a layman's explanation. Let's say if ChatGPT says in the United States people drive on left side of the road, and in India people drive on right side of the road, right? So now you can ask ChatGPT, why is it that this happens? Reflective prompting. So if you are from India, you can always say no. People drive on the right side of the road everywhere. And people in the USA will say that no, I don't think so. I'm driving on the left side every day. So I don't think you are right. Then the AI will then reflect. Maybe the first response it gave to you was based on a thinking that it is from India, and United States people drive on the other side. So in that sense, what we want to do is we want to engage, reflect more with it. Like, okay, in my experience this is happening, so how can you integrate this? Best AI tool for preparing PPT presentations other than Copilot and Gamma. So there are multiple different tools. Mr. Kishore Jain, you can definitely use any of the tools that are possible. The focus to you can of course use Gamma, Copilot, and many other tools for presentations. Canva is a great tool for presentation as well. Canva, you need to manually do a lot of things, but you get a lot of more flexibility with respect to that. So there are multiple tools for presentations as well. So what we are going to go into now is the essential prompting framework. I want everyone to focus on this part, and you can always take screenshot for this or make a note of this, and this will help you a lot in using AI tools in the future anytime you use them. Clear, remember, clear, the essential prompting framework. Use the clear framework to ask any questions or to engage with any AI. What is clear? C stands for context. Who is asking? So, as a pharmacy professor, or you can expand more on it. As a pharmacy professor with X number of years of experience, with specialization in Y field, and with a future goal of Z. Context. Context is very, very, very important for AI. Like we were discussing about the driving to the right or left scenario, if we would have given context before itself, saying, I'm from India, I'm asking, then it would always say, okay, you can drive to the right. Similarly, context always important. L, second, clear. L, level. Audience expertise. For whom are you building this? Is it for yourself? Okay, maybe level is all pharmacy professors with 10 years of experience in the field, in the industry, or in teaching, in specific, let's say, in a specific field of pharmacy, like industrial pharmacy, like someone has mentioned. So L is for level. E is expectation. What are you expecting from the AI? Don't just give a vague question and let it answer itself. Ask more detailed questions. What is your AI? List 5 bullet points or give a detailed route research with a final summary summarizing the learnings. Always start with context, level, expectation. A comes additional detail. You can give for tone or examples. You can have a tone. If you're addressing students, you want it to be more engaging, you can add the tone saying, I want it to be very engaging and exciting for people who are 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, including the examples, real life examples that they face in their time, which are more relatable to them so that they are more engaged with the topic. Additional detail, or with a clinical vignette, or with an additional example, real time example in this country which is relatable. So we started with context, we mentioned the level, we mentioned expectation, then we gave additional detail. So now R is for revision queue. In the last slide also we saw how to revise. Ask for refinement if it is too vague. If you think the answer can be more precise, ask for refinement. Asking for refinement also means that sharing your thoughts, not just saying give me refinement. You want to say, as you see the example prompt below, as a pharmacy professor, C. Context, as a pharmacy professor. L. In 5 clear bullet points, explain drug metabolism. E. Expectation. With a simple patient example. A. Additional detail. Revision queue, if it is too technical, refined for a layperson. R. You see, clear framework. Now, when you use the clear framework for your, whenever you communicate with AI, you will get more precise responses, much better responses, which you can use in your daily life for improving the experience of your teaching, of your learning, of any kind of interaction. Moving on to the next framework. For questions and summaries, there is a Spark framework. For clear, what did we do? This is for essential prompting. Anything you want to see, use clear. Spark, for questions and summaries, this is a different, another framework that you can use. Spark, S is for subject, topic or chapter. Antibiotic stewardship, example. P is for purpose. Why do you want it? To test comprehension, to teach students, or to set up a research or a study, to have students do a research project, to learn myself, learn more, and stay up to date, all the different purposes. Audience A. Who will be the audience? Who will be Visit final year students or more faculty or anyone else around. Mention the audience. Requirement format: three multiple choice questions plus answers, or quiz cards, or interaction, or bullet list that we've seen in the previous slide. And K is kickoff. Any starting info. Use definitions from WHO guidelines. Use inputs from latest research papers. All these different things you can set up. So we looked at Clear first. Now we are looking at Spark framework. Please take a note for Clear and Spark. So these will be your main frameworks. So people have asked in the chat which is the better AI tool, which tool is better, which is the best for teaching, academic purpose, etc. Most of the AI tools at this level are similar. It all depends on how you use it, what frameworks you use it to frame your question to chat GPT or Perplexity or Claude or any other AI. Use these Clear and Spark frameworks, and you see your efficiency improve, you see the output improve, and you see how much your work, your teaching will become more engaging and your work becomes more easier, be it on Perplexity, be it on chat GPT or Claude. Remember, once again, Clear framework is context, level, expectation, additional details, revision queue. Another framework is Spark: subject, purpose, audience, requirement, kickoff. Now, for people who are listening and not just seeing, right? I think I have another framework that I can share with you, which is not on slides, which is called a co-star template. Co-star is COSTAR, co-star. Context, C context, O objective, S style. What style of information do you want? T tone. Tone is more engaging, more fun, more serious, more professional, etc. A is audience. For which audience? R is response. What is the response you're expecting? Co-star. COSTAR. Context, objective, style, tone, audience, and response format. So you can take this also into consideration. Will the answers be different in AI using different frameworks, Clear and Spark? So of course the answers will be different for every different framework you use. What happens is you can use some of these different frameworks, and for some people some frameworks work better, for some other people others work. So it is a personal choice. There is no best framework. Like we all know, there is no best answer for a lot of different things. There's no best framework. So it depends on the person, it depends on the situation, it depends on the scenario, what best can be used, what you like, and what is the response you get from your students or from the people you engage with. If you think Clear is helping you more, you can use Clear. If you think Spark is helping you more, you can use Spark. If you want CoStar is helping you more, you can use CoStar. CoStar again is, it's not in the slide, but I'm telling you, just how some of our teachers used to do for people who are paying more attention. It is a CoStar framework is another framework. COSTAR. You can always look up CoStar framework on Google also. You will get it. You will get more details on it. Okay, now quickly going towards the end. Now what we have is we want to build an AI powered lesson in minutes. Pick your topic. Let's say select an area, that is diabetes management. Use Clear to draft. Okay, use Clear framework to draft the contents. Create a title slide and learning objectives using Clear. Generate core content also using Clear, right? 3 to 5 slides, a case study vignette, real world examples based out of India, etc. Then after that, we want to insert a quick quiz and add assessment using Spark framework. What did we do here? We created learning experience and learning material through Clear framework, and we are creating a quiz through Spark framework. Now, once we get all this, you just polish your lesson in under 5 minutes. Today you want to teach about something, tomorrow you have a class about something else. You have your original ways of teaching, of course, but use clear framework to say that, okay, this is my audience. My audience is second year students in this city in India who are less engaging or more engaging. So I want to bring the best out of them. I want to make the experience in the classroom more interactive, but I also want to make sure that I don't lose time. I have to cover the topic also. I have to complete the syllabus also, right? So you can't always keep only interaction in that way, but you can build your session in that way that, okay, you have 50 minutes time or 40 minutes time. Help me build all the lecture I have for today, the topic for today. It is a huge one, but help me break it down for third year students to make it more engaging. So all these tools give you outputs based on what you want to do. PPT is later. PPT is a later stage. Right now, we are looking at how we are interacting with AI and how we are getting the response from it. So using Clear, Spark, all these frameworks are not for presentations, are for content first. Once we get the content for presentations, there are many tools like Gamma, Copilot, and many more. Or you can immediately just break it down like this and just take basic slides also. The idea is to make it more engaging. We have a thought that, okay, the more visuals there are, the more graphics, the more videos, the more engaging it is, which is true to a certain extent. The more relatable it is to the student, that also becomes more engaging. We need to remember to make things more relatable to students, to make things, to include real life examples, to include examples of everyday things that they are engaging with. Always remember that there is a gap with respect to generation, with respect to exposure, with respect to social interactions, and with respect to interests, right? So AI is one thing that can help us understand all their interests, social interactions, trends that they follow, everything else, and integrate into our lesson or into our subject. Or else we have to go out with them and do a research. Everything else, it is very complicated. AI lets you immediately interact small trends, integrate small trends, integrate small. Uh, Today there are a lot of memes also, you see on Instagram, but people are engaging with. So how do you integrate those into your lesson? So those that way people are interacting more with the subject also. You don't always have to think that that is a bad thing, this is a good thing. Integrate them. You can't escape the reels, you can't escape the memes, you can't escape the images, etc., trends, etc. How can you integrate them? Someone who is not interested till tomorrow, till today for 1 year, suddenly when you add some examples that he's interested in, suddenly wakes up and you see a different response. I have seen it in my own experience to a great level with so many students. I have across 5,000 different students I have interacted with, and I've seen so many people who are initially supposed to be silent and backbench, non-interactive, looking at their phones. Whenever we integrate an example with their interest, they suddenly light up, their eyes suddenly light up, they're paying more attention, and suddenly they have an understanding of the topic also. So that way we want to bring in more interaction. And for this interaction is why we need Clear and Spark frameworks, where we mention the audience, mention what is our expectation, mention we want it more engaging, mention what trends do we want to use in them, everything else, and along with the lesson. So please remember this, that this is one of the best way to improve efficiency of student, engagement of student, and improve subject matter or fundamentals of students. One more thing we want to do is we want to guide students to use AI very responsibly. So what happens with AI right now is when you give a project or when you ask a question, there is always ChatGPT for everything now. People just ask the question through ChatGPT, same question that you asked, they copy and paste it. But in this, while doing this, who is benefiting out of this? Student is not learning, he is not benefiting. Teacher is not benefiting because student is not benefiting. Teacher's ultimate objective is to make sure student is learning and benefiting. But if you copy paste, there is nothing we can do. So remember to make students, guide students to use ChatGPT or AI responsibly. Don't penalize them for using AI. Everyone will use AI. Everyone has to use AI. Just like Google was 20 years ago, 25 years ago, today AI is like that. We want students to use AI, but we want them to use in a better way. Using AI is not wrong. Please remember this. Responsibly using and learning with it and using it the right way is right. So please remember, guide students to use AI responsibly. Have students, okay, they can use ChatGPT. Tell students, okay, you can use ChatGPT, but submit both your question to ChatGPT, your draft first, which ChatGPT gave you, and then you rewrite it with a short reflection on changes made. So you submit your question to ChatGPT, ChatGPT's response, and students again what they rewrite and give. So make students do this part. How did they interact? What is the thought behind small changes that they make? And source checking. Teach students to verify. That's why I spoke to you about Perplexity, where you have sources. ChatGPT gives you a lot of answers, but a lot of times you don't know. It doesn't have the context. You can't verify it. It works for some countries, some cultures. Somewhere else, it does not work for many other cultures, many other countries, etc. So always, it is not just copy paste. You need source checking. Check where is this answer coming from, and bias awareness. Like I said, different cultural contexts are there. So students, teachers, everyone else needs to be aware of the bias. Encourage critical review. You also, as a professor, as a teacher, critically review ChatGPT. Talk to it as a friend. As a friend, literally as a friend, have conversations with it. If today you want to go and tell your friend, okay, I want to start a business, let me know what I should do. If he tells you, okay, you can start an airline company or a hotel chain, it does not matter. There is no right context. You will say that, are you mad or what? So then you say, I don't have enough money. I have only this much. My parents won't agree to this, or my family won't be okay with this, or my surroundings are not, capable of this, or allowing me to do this. Then your friend will give you a much more, relatable, suggestion on how to what you want to do, what else you can do, etc. You can give online classes, or you can help people with their research, or more relatable, more context things. So always be critical of the output of AI. Always cross question it. On an average, after 3 cross questions is when you will get the right response. And we can have a 30-day, what I suggest is a 30-day AI implementation plan. First week, experiment, try ChatGPT for a mini lecture. I'm sure a lot of people have used it. I also suggest many others to use ChatGPT for a mini lecture. Second week, use Perplexity for a case study. Build a case study using Perplexity. Third week, run a live quiz and gather feedback. And fourth week, present your wins. Present your wins among yourself, saying, okay, if there are 5 different lectures for 5 different subjects, share your wins. You can say that, okay, these students in this backbench, their interaction their engagement and interaction increased once I started using this in the last 1 month. Another professor, another lecturer will speak about someone else. Share these wins with yourself openly, and learn from each other. Resources, like we see, ChatGPT is free, chat.openai.com. Perplexity AI is also free to a certain extent, perplexity.ai. We have spoken about Clear and Spark templates. Another template that I gave you is a co-star template. And of course, we can always create a WhatsApp group for the faculty, and you can always share, weekly prompt swaps and weekly learnings, etc. Let's transform education together, and one AI prompt at a time, one framework at a time. Let's transform education. Let's make it more engaging, interesting, and let's make it more productive. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, and I'm open to any questions, please.
Yes, sir. Hi, Ash. It's
Thank you,
a
sir.
very good lecture I had. So hope all the participants enjoyed a lot. Of course, some questions are there.
Yes, sir.
In comment box. So my faculty will take care.
Yes.
Oh, good afternoon, sir. Like mostly you have answered all the questions already.
Yes, sir.
Like now we have a question from Veda sir. Like how do you see faculty roles evolving with the rise of AI? Will promote engineering becoming an essential teaching skill?
How do I see so
Like
faculty is a very, it's a very good question. It's a very good question. What is the faculty role? The role of the faculty is to guide people in the right direction. Now, be it AI tools, be it any textbook. So, okay, if there is a textbook, what does the faculty do? Similarly, if there is an AI, faculty can do the same thing. Faculty always has better understanding on the subject, better understanding on practicality of the topic, better understanding on how to learn and how to implement it in real life, more than just theoretically. So, faculty, of course, prompt engineering will become an essential teaching skill. Of course, that is very, very important. We cannot stop people from using AI because we cannot stop our students from using AI. But what we can do is we can learn how to use AI very well, and we can impart those teachings to make sure what is the final objective. Objective is learning. Objective is not answering questions and getting marks. Anyone can do that if they want to copy paste. They can be a topper. And tomorrow, if someone goes to job interviews, a topper might be not selected, but a average 60% person might be selected in the same interview because of his knowledge of using multiple tools and if his knowledge of getting the right efficiency rather than just right answers. So it is about using the tools in the right way.
there is another question, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you upload a draft MS, can I
Can AI
get
insert?
appropriate reference and give a list of chronology? Like
Yes, absolutely. You need to just you can either upload or you can copy paste or you can along with your points and thoughts like perplexity.ai is there. You can upload your session. Your you can upload your PowerPoint or document along with all details and also say that use the clear or Spark framework saying okay this is my work. Now I want to break it down. I want to list in. I want the list in chronology. I want the appropriate references. It will definitely give you.
thank you so much, sir, for the thought-provoking lecture, and it's very informative and an excellent session. All the participants are appreciating, and you have told about Perplexity. There is a new AI software we will all use from today, and
Yes,
you
sir.
told how we should guide the students to use the AI in a responsible way, and we should treat the AI as a friend. That is a good advice for all faculty and students, sir. Thank you so much for the session, sir. I thank our principal, sir, Dr. M. Sudhakar, sir, for arranging this event. I thank our coordinator, Tajuddin Sheikh, sir, who is coordinating for the last few weeks. He arranged the FDP last week and now this follow-up session. It was a great experience for us, sir. Thank you so much, sir. With this, I will end the session. And the participants will be getting the certificate by tomorrow. So all of you fill the form, Google form. We will be sharing in our WhatsApp group. Thank you all for attending. Thank you.